a very warm welcome on board this 9 o'clock service to Sheffield. We'll be calling at Seamer, Filey, Hummonby, Bempton, Bridlington, Driffield, Beverley, Cottingham, Hull, Brough Schools, Doncaster, Meadowhall and Sheffield.
Morning. So today's walk then, we've got the 20-mile walk from Filey to Bridlington, all along the coast, along the Headlands way. Started off this morning in Scarborough, so what we've done is we bought ourselves a return ticket on the train from to go to Bridlington, come back from Bridlington, although we've jumped off the train at Filey. So 20 miles the total walk is. I'll put a link in the description below to the route map, and also to an excellent article by Michael Shannon with lots of photos and the route description, etc. So we start off here, just walked half a mile down from the train. We start off here on the beach, and if we spin round you can just see where we're going off to. And basically the first 4 miles of the walk is all along the beach. You can walk inland, but we're actually going to walk along the beach here, all the way along there for 4 miles, and then there's a spot where we can come up the cliffs and we'll go right round to the headland on the far headland there, which is Flamborough Head. Well, there's the end point of the pier. Scan round, and they say that this is good firm sand all the way now out to the point where we go on up the cliffs, and that point is 3 3/4 miles from the end of that buttress there. So I've got a good lady wife adding that up on her Strava. And then apparently there's some old wrecks there of boats as well, so we'll know where to come up. But the sand is really good, firm sand, and you know, you can see on the right hand side there it's a generally not too bad a slope, so you're not going to get cut off here. You could get up that slope if you needed to, but they do say check the tide tables, because when the tide was in there would only be a tiny little strand of pebbles on the right hand side there. And don't forget, you can do it either way to suit the tide, so you could go down to Bridlington first and come back and finish off with this 4 miles down the beach. We've just chose it to do the other way, so there we go. Beautiful. Okay, well, we've just got to the end of the sand now, and in the last few 100 meters the sand has given way to these stones a little bit. That's mostly because the tide's coming in as well though. We're 2 hours in front of high tide, so there's a couple of hours to go, but you can already see, you know, it's washing into places it hasn't before. The whole coast here at low tide is scattered apparently with the remains of these old tank traps left over from the war, and some shipwrecked boats, etc., and bits that are washed down off the cliffs. There's an old pillbox here that's clearly washed down from off the cliffs. And if you're wondering which way to go, you just keep following this beach until you get to the very last one of these stones here, which is this huge pillbox. You can see there's no more of them big stones. We're just on the white stones here, and just up on the right hand side we'll see the footpath in a second, and it will climb up onto the cliffs over there. There we have it, Flamborough Head Lighthouse. Roughly about the 12 or 13 mile point. Flamborough Head, I think that's where the foghorn is. A view down to the beach, well, sea. Well, the path's kept quite wide and we've shook all the tourists off that are around Flamborough Head, and you can see, if you just look in the distance, we can see right over there is Bridlington. I can see the church steeple, and I reckon it's probably 3 miles and we'll be walking along the promenade. But what a beautiful day to walk on the Headland Way. Okay, well that's where it all ends then. 20 miles since Filey, and we've got the wheel of the fairground at Bridlington behind me. Just walked down the promenade. It's quite a beautiful walk. First 4 miles along the beach, really enjoyed it. Then it was quite narrow, probably only a boot's width. The path was quite overgrown until we got out to Bempton Cliffs. And then from Bempton Cliffs it was all quite wide, even quite touristy around Flamborough Head. Easy to follow the path, just keep the sea on your left and keep going. 20 miles took us about 8 hours, something like that, and now we're going to catch a train back to Scarborough. If you like it, please like, subscribe, look out for my other walks, and also if you look in the description below, I'll put a link to the map on plotter route, and I'll also put a link to an excellent article a guy wrote with all the historic places as you go along, etc. Thanks very much.